Wala yung karga na maibigay ang ating mga teritoryo sa South China Sea. Which brings me to the point, Mr. Chair, if I just may. Porke ba't nag-fail sila sa pag-condemn kay President Duterte na pinamimigay ang ating mga teritoryo sa South China Sea? Bibig pa sabihin, pro-China sila? Hindi, Mr. Chair.
I think that is an unfair statement to make na pinimimigay ni President Duterte. Let's not do that. Hindi yun ang usapan dito.
Yes,
It's
Mr.
not,
Chair.
hindi yun ang usapan.
Yes,
It's
Mr.
unfair to say that to the President.
Hindi,
You do not have proof. The roots of this problem. Precisely, I understand that the reason we are allowing the LCAC budget is precisely to address the issue of poverty in those areas. So that's another story. I'm just interested in the first part of your statement. Based on the statements, Mr. Chairman, there is a question begging to be asked. Doon sa sinabi ninyo tungkol sa kanilang sistema, may violence, merong upheaval or whatever, or paglaban. Directly, I want to ask Congressman Terry Colmenares, and perhaps Mr. Teddy Casino may answer also. Sumasang-ayon ba kayo sa panawagan ng CPP, NPA at NDF na palitan ang sistema ng gobyerno natin sa anumang paraan? Yeah,
Mr. Chair.
You made the statement earlier, so
Mr. Chair,
can you answer?
we are not engaged in armed struggle or the armed overthrow of this government, Mr. Chair. We do not advocate that, Mr. Chair. Ang tingin namin sa eleksyon kami. Ngayon, may ibang tao, Mr. Chair, na ang tingin nila only the overhaul of the entire system is the solution. That is their prerogative, Mr. Chair. Kaya
Sumasang-ayon ba kayo
belief
doon?
po ito, political belief po ito, na sang-ayon ka or hindi sang-ayon, Mr. Chair. And I think even if we resolve this, whatever my answer na, banggit na namin kanina, na kami ay para sa eleksyon. Yun yung aming bills, law, ipapasa namin para sa pagbabago at kung tingin nila na ang overthrow ng government yung kanilang hindi po kami mag-espouse po niyan. Mr. Chair, salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Based on my question, direct question, sumasang-ayon kayo na palitan ang sistema ng gobyerno?
Kami, Mr. Chair, we do not advocate the armed overthrow.
I'm talking not about armed overthrow.
Oh, Mr. Chair.
Tinatanong ko,
Sorry.
kayo sumasang-ayon na palitan ang sistema ng gobyerno?
Dapat palitan po. Dapat palitan po ang
Katulad
sistema
no,
kasi we've
sa kanila.
always been fighting, Mr. Tito Senator Sotto pala. We've always been advocating na maraming basic problems na dapat palitan. Pero ang solusyon nila is armed overthrow. Hindi po yun ang solusyon namin. Hindi yung ina-advocate namin, Mr. Chair.
What are you advocating?
We want to reform the system, pero nasa electoral po kami. Lumalaban kami sa Kongreso.
No,
At sa-
the system, I'm talking about the system of government. The democratic form of government. Na may presidente, may kongreso, yun ang tinatanong ko eh.
Well,
Kasi yun ang gusto nilang palitan eh.
Mr. Chair, in terms of belief, personal ko na to, sa akin, masyadong mahina ang presidential system. Personal ko lang to, I'm not speaking for the others. Tingin ko, may namin nag-convince sa akin, parliamentary is good. Probably. Pero yun yung paraan. Charter change, of course, is the means to do that, Mr. Chair.
Marami
yun po ang
na push
sagot ko
ng
po.
charter change, hindi ko narinig kayo na sumasang-ayon.
Pardon po?
Hindi ko narinig yung grupo nyo sumasang-ayon. Marami na
Yes.
nag-propose ng charter change.
Tama po,
Hindi kayo sumasang-ayon.
Senator SP, tama po. Kasi ang lahat ng chat-chat nila, kinakargahan nila ng self-serving provisions. Ang sabi namin, gusto niyong mag-reform tayo, gusto niyong baguhin yung system ng government, di sabihin niyo doon, wala yung karga ng term extension, wala yung karga ng pork barrel ilagay sa constitution, wala yung karga na maibigay ang ating mga teritoryo sa South China Sea. Which brings me to the point, Mr. Chair, if I just may. Porke ba't nag-fail sila sa pag-condemn kay President Duterte na pinamimigay ang ating mga teritoryo sa South China Sea? bibig pa sabihin, pro-China sila. Hindi, Mr. Chair.
It's,
Political
I
belief
think that
nila yan.
is an unfair statement to make na pinimimigay ni President Duterte. Let's not do that. Hindi yun ang usapan dito.
Yes,
It's
Mr.
not,
Chair.
hindi yun ang usapan.
Yes,
It's
Mr.
unfair to say that to the President. You do not have proof. Anyway,
Mr. Chair.
former Representative Teddy Casino.
Mr. Chair,
Did
just
you
to
answer
answer
the
your
question?
just to answer your question directly, we believe that we need fundamental changes in the political economic system. Kaya nga ho kami tumakbo sa Kongreso. Sa Kongreso ho, and I think the record will bear us out, yung mga proposals namin like genuine agrarian reform, reorienting the mining industry, electoral reforms, yun po ang tinutulak namin kasi kailangan ho talagang baguhin ang sistema eh. Alam naman natin, talagang ang daming kahinaan ng ating kasalukuyang sistema. Abolition of the pork barrel, for example. But to say that we are now part of the communist conspiracy because we would like to change the system, that is another thing. Kasi malinaw naman sa amin, ang larangan namin yung parliamentary arena. And that has been clear from day one. All our legislations, our constitutional bylaws, are all towards that objective of reforming or overhauling the political economic system. And I think there is nothing wrong. In fact, that is what we need, Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I have my answer.
Yes, the chairman will now recognize Congressman Tino. Okay, you are recognized. By the way, Committee Secretary, can you administer the oath to Congressman Tino? And all those who will be attending for the first time and who have not been administered their oath, kung meron pang hindi pakitayo lang.
May I request those who are attending for the first time and those who have not been administered their oath to please stand, both physically and virtually present and participating. Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the Senate inquiry? Okay, thank you.
Yes, Congressman Tino, you may now proceed.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, sa Senate President at sa lahat ng narito. Humaharap ako bilang kasalukuyang Pangulo at dating kinatawan sa Kongreso ng ACT Teachers Party na kabilang sa Makabayan Bloc. At bilang dating tagapangulo ng Alliance of Concerned Teachers o ACT na parehong target ng red tagging at terrorist tagging ng mga opisyal ng National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict. At ilang beses din nilang binanggit sa mga nakaraang hearing ng komiting ito. Bilang tugon, nais ko pong tawagin ang pansin ng komite sa patuloy na red tagging at pagbibitiw ng mga nakababahalang banta laban sa aming organisasyon. Ang ginawa ni Director Monteagudo, sabi niya, yung statement ni Sister Mary John Manansa na yon, patuloy na liberation theology ito at nakaugnay na ito sa pagpapabagsak ng Estado. Nakikita niyo po yung lukso na ginagawa. At yan nga po ang problema namin sa red tagging na ginagawa ng NTF-ELCAC. Magsalita ka lang tungkol sa mga tunay na issue na kinakaharap ng maraming Pilipino, kahirapan, ay komunista ka na, terorista ka na. No? Kaya po, umaasa kami na titigilan ng committee ito o titindig ang committee ito para sa pagpapatigil ng ganito ka-irresponsable at delikadong mga pahayag ng mga opisyal ng NTF-ELCAC. Ano ba naman po ang problema sa Jesus would take action against poverty? No? Pangalawang punto, yung kaugnay po sa sinabi ni General Parlade. Sabi niya, wala daw siyang sinasabi na NPA ang act. I quoted directly from his words as published in the Manila Times.
Balikan ho lang natin yung 2008 recommendations ni UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston, which are very clear and remain relevant to this day. And I would like to quote, "The government should immediately direct all military officers to cease making public statements linking political or other civil society groups to those engaged in armed insurgencies. Any such characterizations belong solely within the power of the civilian authorities. They must be based on transparent criteria and conform with the human rights provisions of the Constitution and relevant treaties." Red tagging, Mr. Chair, replaces civilian court proceedings with military-style PSY-ops or PSY-war operations. Sa pamamagitan po ng red tagging, ang mga proseso ng ating mga korteng sibil ay pinapalitan ng PSY-war operations.